February 8, 2019. After Harris effectively coerced the grandparents through the use of threats, she proceeded to obtain a removal warrant for the Tella children. A child removal warrant requires a court to find reasonable cause that a child faces an immediate and substantial danger to their health or safety. Key requirements: imminent danger, documentation of an immediate threat to safety or physical or emotional health, such as severe neglect, physical abuse, or a dangerous home environment. Probable cause: evidence showing that abuse or neglect has occurred or is likely to occur. No reasonable alternatives: a demonstration that in-home services or other measures cannot protect the child. We asked AI, does Harris's removal application and statement of cause meet the requirements to remove the Tella children? The answer is no, because the removal of children is one of the most extreme exercises of state power. It demands strict adherence to evidentiary accuracy and due process. A review of this application demonstrates a failure to meet these standards. Example: the application contains internal contradictions. Harris checked boxes affirming a life-threatening physical environment. Yet within the same report, Harris states that during an in-person home visit, the residence was observed to be clean and appropriate. A home cannot simultaneously be a life-threatening danger and appropriate for children. This contradiction appears to stem not from factual findings, but from a form structure that necessitates the assertion of a crisis in order to obtain a judge's signature. Another example: the application also asserts that the children face imminent danger, yet simultaneously authorizes DCFS to leave the children in the home if services are deemed sufficient. If in-home services are sufficient to protect the children, then the statutory threshold of imminent danger has not been met, and emergency removal is unlawful. Advancing both assertions to the court reflects either a lack of factual basis or a deliberate inflation of risk to justify removal, each of which undermines due process. In Harris's report, she elevates a single missed drug test and justifies it as grounds for removal. Later in the report, Harris acknowledges receiving several emails requesting a makeup test, yet she left all of them unanswered. The parents were cooperative and communicated with Harris, but she framed this incident in a manner that portrayed them as unfit in order to support removal. Misrepresenting facts in this way constitutes judicial deception. Throughout the 30-page report, these critical contradictions are obscured by paragraphs of repetitive legal jargon. Legal descriptions are restated nearly verbatim across multiple sections, creating a risk of reader fatigue. This structure increases the likelihood that a reviewing judge, who is often operating under time constraints, may rely on summaries and checked boxes rather than uncovering the underlying false and unsupported assertions. Harris relied heavily on her professional opinion, citing 14 years of experience and approximately 800 cases. However, professional experience does not exempt a state actor from the obligation to provide truthful, specific, and verifiable evidence. Removal decisions must be based on evidence of actual or imminent harm, not speculative conclusions. The consequences are profound. Families are separated, children are traumatized, and in the Tella family's case, their son lost his life. DCFS failed to keep him safe, yet the parents were still forced to defend themselves against allegations that lacked a factual foundation. Submitting materially false or misleading information to the court not only violates parents' constitutional rights, but also undermines the legitimacy of the child welfare system itself. Summary of material omissions in Harris's 30-page report. The following is a concise overview of critical exculpatory evidence. Each omission involves information that directly contradicted the narrative used to justify state intervention. Credibility of the reporting party. Harris was informed that the initial report originated from a disgruntled relative acting out of anger after being denied access to the family. The reporting party had lived out of state for approximately 35 years and had no meaningful familiarity with the family or household. Despite being aware of these facts, Harris treated the caller's allegations as credible evidence. Professional collateral contacts. Both children's schools reported that there were no safety concerns. These statements were provided to Harris and directly contradicted allegations of neglect or danger. Harris omitted these professional assessments from her report. Law enforcement clearance, a critical omission. On December 2, 2018, Harris initiated a welfare check by sending 2 police officers to the family home. After their investigation, law enforcement formally reported no signs of child abuse or neglect. This finding effectively cleared the family of the allegations. Harris omitted this formal law enforcement determination from her report, despite its direct relevance and exculpatory nature. Additionally, Harris was repeatedly informed by multiple individuals that the daughter, Angelina, did not reside in the parents' home. Nevertheless, Harris falsely included Angelina in the removal warrant, misrepresenting her living situation to the court. Supervisor and County Council clearance. On January 23, 2019, Harris's supervisor and County Council reviewed the case and formally confirmed that there were no safety concerns. This legal and supervisory clearance was not disclosed in Harris's report. Medical compliance. Significant judicial deception. Harris omitted extensive medical documentation provided by the father, including physician notes, appointment records, and medication logs demonstrating compliance with his treatment plan. Further, when requesting the father's medical records, Harris intentionally submitted an incorrect birth date, effectively preventing the retrieval of records that would have confirmed compliance. Harris also failed to document the father's negative drug test results, despite their direct relevance to the allegations presented to the court.